will pick this thing today, if it's the last thing I do. Now I forget what tools I was using. It's been a day or two since I've tried this. This lock hates me. I am trying to preset spools right now, because on this particular lock, if you attempt to set spools after the sidebar is picked, you instantly drop the sidebar. This is possibly the most difficult lock I've ever picked. The combination of fantastic tolerances and a shear line that doesn't isolate is just killer. Okay, nice clip out of one. I think I just overset one. I'm gonna leave one alone for a minute and see if we can find something else binding. The worst part about it is that you have to maintain relatively heavy tension to keep from dropping those spools, and it makes it really difficult to pick the sidebar. One that's not high enough. Come on. Alright, I think I got one. Give them a little rotation, do a jiggle check again. One keeps falling down. Alright, let's see what we can do. 3. I think 4 needs some rotation. 5 feels set. Go check my top pins again, make sure I didn't drop anything. So I should have gotten into at least a false set out of the sidebar already. It's not binding like I would expect it to. So I've either got something with the wrong rotation or one of my top pins dropped. Alright, pin 1 wasn't set. Alright, pin 1's giving me a little bit of spring. He is set. Feels like pin 5 dropped. Come on. You know you want to go. Go to your home. Alright, there we go. Heard pins drop. Hopefully it was just sidebar pins. Okay, one is set. Let's check them again. 5. Feel set. One keeps dropping. One's gonna act like my gatekeeper pin. Guaranteed. I'm just gonna make sure I don't overset him. Okay. Let's go check this sidebar again. Okay, one feels springy. 2 is springy, 3 is springy. I dropped pin 4. Let's go ahead and get him up. Nice little click out of pin 4. See if he feels set. Probably. I'll have to check pin 5 real quick. Alright, 5 feels set. 1 feels set. 2 was binding just a tad. 3 was binding just a tad. I think 4 needs some rotation. Alright, got a little bit of a false set there. It means that one of my pins probably needs rotation. I'm thinking it's going to be pin 4. There's 1 feels set, 2 feels set, 3 feels set. I think I got 4. Four is a very high lift, so it's hard to tell if you're actually on the pin. Five is not binding. It's got to be 4. Everything else is loose. I think 4 is high enough that it's not possible to overset, but it very well could be. Come on, we're there. I don't want to have to drop tension here. Okay, 3 was binding. I find that I have to go jiggle these sidebar pins because the spring pressure makes them want to drop. Four might be overset. Just can't tell, because I would have totally expected to drop into a false set on the sidebar already. Go check my top pins. Make sure I didn't drop any of my spools. I would have expected to drop into a false set. There we go. We got it open. Oh, that was horrible. Let's get her gutted so I can sell this lock and never look at it ever again. Oh, we need a pinning tray. We need a pinning tray. Let's use our fancy Lockfall Labs brass tray. Get a key. And a follower. There's my follower. You guys like this fancy follower I made on the lathe? It's got really thin edges right here, so when you're trying to get pins into a core, your tweezers don't hit the edge of the follower. I like it a lot. Alright, let's get this thing gutted. Alright, sidebars on this side. We're not breaking any locks today. Okay. I don't know why I did this, because this lock has grub screws. This lock is horrible enough that I had to probe pin it and spend a good 2 days of picking time, probably 10-12 hours of actual picking time to learn it. And then I've put another at least 8 hours in actually trying to attempt to pick it. It's got a twin combi style sidebar that requires lift and rotation, but it has actual spool drivers. So if you try to lift the drivers and set the spools, you drop the sidebar. It is a nasty piece of work. Oh, come back. Okay. Get key pins. Let's get our finger pins out of the core. Where are my pinning tweezers? There they are. So let's go 1, 2. Oh, I'm getting mixed up. The only real sad part about this lock is that it's got mastering on, I think, 2 of the finger pins. So pin 3 is mastered for rotation, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. And I think pin 2 is mastered for lift. Springs are not wanting to cooperate today. Let's see if we can give them a love tap. There's 1. 2, 3, 4. Alright. There's all of our springs. Go ahead and set that core over there. Let's get some drivers out. Alright, driver pin 1 is a standard driver. And don't let the standard drivers fool you. They are nasty. They might actually be tapered. There's our first spool on chamber 2. And I'll bring you guys in for a closer shot once we're done here. Spool on chamber 3. Spool on chamber 4. Let's switch sides. Six is a standard pin. And 5 is a standard pin. So what's fun about these is that they aren't just regular spools, they're tapered spools. There's 1 spring, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright, let me get you guys in a little closer here, see if I can show you some of the little quirks of this lock. Alright, so this spool, the first thing I want to point out are these tapered spools. So notice how that spool has a taper to it. It's there so that if you get this up to shear, when you have to lift it above shear, it forces the core to counter rotate. It drops into the spool, and then you've got a nice sharp lip you have to set. Really fucks with your feedback. Okay, so this one's got mastering on the finger pins. Let's choose 3 here. So I'm going to show you what a normal finger pin looks like with no mastering. Focus. So notice how it has a cut. It's fairly wide on both sides of the finger pin. Now, finger pin number 3 here get it in the tweezers, is mastered for rotation. Notice how it's much thinner. That cut in the actual finger pin is much thinner. That means that this finger pin will, all you have to do is lift it, and it will let the sidebar drop at any rotation level. Let's see, one of them was mastered for height. Actually, it was pin 2 that was mastered for height. So pin 2, its actual sidebar cut, come on, is much taller than the rest of them. So you've got to get the rotation correct, but it's got multiple heights. That is the sk6, the Zeiss Ikon sk6. Extra code is the English pronunciation of it. There's a very long, probably German name that I cannot pronounce. Fun luck. Thanks for watching.